Hey, what's up, guys? So, back here with King J-Dub, low level account, level 60, and we are almost close to actually winning this tournament, which is kind of surprising since we don't really play on this game. It must have been just from the medals that we won earlier in the dungeons, so there's our stats. So, we're going to go do actually some low level raids here. We're roughly around 1,800 trophies, and we're going to try and look and find 200k bases, and hopefully we can actually beat the bases. So this is 200,000, which is a good amount of loot. So it doesn't really matter, I guess, if you are, 1,500 trophies, 2,000 trophies, 3,000 trophies. It looks like you can still get 200k loot fairly easy. The question is, can you actually beat this base to get the 200,000 loot without using scrolls? So it says it's very difficult. 26 trophies, 424 medals. Let's take a look here at the base and see if there's any flaws in it. And if there isn't, we probably will not be attacking this base because the chances are we won't be able to beat it. So it means we won't get all 200k, which means we'll probably get like 100k. And that's just not worth our time and effort to really go through here and waste our food. It doesn't look like it's flawed anywhere. It looks like it has some good setup. So we're going to actually skip this base. It just seems a little bit too challenging. So this base right here, a decent amount of loot, 174,000. Again, it says it's very challenging, 398, 23 medals. This one looks a little bit more like we could handle it. There are some choke points that could cause us considerable pain. He doesn't really have the right wave setup, though. He has a lot of paladins, a lot of frosters, and then slowly going down into pyromancers, knights, and archers. So with the setup he has, you'd want more R blasters, mortar. You'd want to have a mortar in here for sure. And you need less paladins. Paladins, not going to cut it. So I think we can go in and actually attack this base. We're going to definitely need pyromancers to help out with the firebolt towers. We're going to bring in mummies to help protect the king. And then probably archers just to help clean up some of the snake towers that we're going to leave behind. So let's go ahead and try and take this base down. A lot, again, has to do with the timing of your spells. So we want to make sure we save our Firestorm for the Firebolt Tower. So I didn't mess up this time, like I've been doing several times in the dungeon. Bunch of Firebolt Towers right there. So we are going to bring out Pyromancers. Tons and tons of Firebolt Towers. So that Pyromancer back there can take care of that Firebolt Tower. We can work on finishing off this one. And wow, there's just fire everywhere. Firebolt Towers everywhere. We need to bring out a couple archers to help clean up that stuff right there. We got to run back, otherwise we're going to die. So we're going to run back, try and regenerate some. We can bring out a mummy now. We're maxed out on stuff. We're more of just kind of like trying to get some HP back. Alright, now we're going to go charge. Bring out a mummy up here too. Have our Firestorm ready to take down both those guys. Bring out a whole bunch of archers so they can take care of that snake tower. Need to run back. Hero Scream feature to get rid of the slow. Saving up for a mummy. Trying not to get hit at all too, because if we get hit then we can't get our regeneration. So it doesn't actually look like we're going to be able to beat this base. This base, I hate that new feature of freaking the mummy. The physics on the mummy and the monsters, hate it. So for those that don't know, the monsters now, all of them, they were rebalanced a while back and you weren't supposed to be able to push them. You still were able to push them for some reason. Now they've rebalanced it again and you cannot push them, and when you go to try and push them and try and get past them, you're extremely slow moving past the monsters. So even your own monsters that you actually control, you'll have a very, very hard time actually running past them. So I'm going to try and get down as many things as possible because we get more loot. So unfortunately, we were way off on our attack plan. We couldn't beat this base. We couldn't even get to the castle gate. So a little bit more challenging than I expected. So you can see we only got 80,000. Not really worthwhile to go after that base since we didn't get nearly, the 175 we were supposed to. So we'll just keep searching, looking for bases that we should be able to take out. And then, especially in the lower levels, when you find bases that are easiest to take on, they give a decent amount of loot and a decent amount of metals, you want to favorite those guys ASAP and then start farming them. So now we're not finding anything over 100k. Okay, here's one. Huge amount of loot, 226,000. It's a little bit easier, 369 metals here. Again, lots of Pyromancers. Lots of Paladins. So we're going to get rid of our Archers. And we're going to put Mortar in here. The Mortar does a nice amount of splash damage, which will help us with some of the Paladins and Pyromancers. Unfortunately, our Mortar is only level 1. If you want to see all the list of stats for spells, check down in the description. Gonna bring in a mummy. So slow. See, I freaking hate that. Ugh. It's gonna take so long to get used to that new physics. Hate running into your own monster. That guy making you slow. It's worse than the freaking Froster effect. Alright, so we're gonna sit and recover. And the crazy thing is, as you get higher up in the leaderboards, you start to run into opponents that have like tons and tons of monsters, and it becomes even harder to move through the bases because there's just monsters everywhere. So 40 seconds left. Probably can beat this one. See, it's so screwy because I wanted to go back, hit that bomb back, but the monster's in my way. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to have enough time. Didn't come off to the side there. Should have brought out a mummy. So we'll at least take that one down and get a little bit more damage on the castle gates. Very, very close. So it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna take a lot of time to get used to the new physics feature of not being able to run through your monster or push your monster out of the way. It is very, very annoying. I'm pretty sure that was just implemented in the latest patch like 2 days ago. because I have not noticed that for, you know, several weeks of playing, and now it's just like it's driving me freaking crazy. My wife is laughing at me about it too. It's just like, ha 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 ha, you got messed up. Alright, so here, we'll try this one. 213k. Let's see. It finally doesn't have a ton of Firebolt towers in the #1 spot. It has bomb towers, which means it should be a little bit weaker. Firebolt towers right there, so not as many. Tons of mortars. So this one may be doable. 19 trophies, so it's a little bit easier. Right. Let's take that. We're going to take the mortar off since it is going to be a little bit easier. We'll put the knights on. The knights will help us with the DPS on the bomb towers. Go and touch that Firebolt tower. We can pretty much leave the bomb towers back here for all the knights to take care of. Because the bomb towers really don't do much damage at all. They're one of the worst towers now in the game. So we're going to focus on hitting the arrow tower. Because once you get the arrow tower down, the bomb tower can't hurt you. Ah, damn, a Firebolt tower hit me. See, now I'm stuck. I can't get past my monsters. This is just brutal. Ugh. I had 2 mummies. They were my mummies, and I couldn't get past them, really. So brutal. This is a very, very good placement with the Snake Tower and the Firebolt Tower right there. We are going to run away. Oh! So we're going to sit back, recover. Actually, I shouldn't have summoned any more knights, because that one Firebolt Tower in the corner is not going to go down. So it's just going to be summoning out mummies now to help me take down the castle gate. And yep, we should have this one down. So there we go, guys. We took down one base finally. 200 and what, 10,000? Feels good. So with our boost, we got 248. We missed that one Firebolt tower. We might have enough bread for one more fight. Let me see here. Yep, one more fight we can do. Alright, so again, we'll look for another 200k base. Here's that big one, 246,000. Unfortunately, this is going to be a really, really good base. The reason I say that is because he's using this tower right here, and it's probably going to be a Firebolt tower. You can see he has most Firebolt towers in there. We have to put cannons in there to pretty much destroy that tower. It's going to take 2 to 3 cannons depending on how high of a level his Firebolt tower is. We could potentially do it with Pyromancers, but that would probably take too long to sit there and have them throw fireballs at it, and then he has our blasters heavy, so they're going to come down in his waves, kill off our Pyromancers, kill off our cannons. This is just a pretty good base. I don't necessarily like it being that close to the tents, but it does serve a benefit. If you kill the hero like right in the beginning, then you're gonna make the attacker lose a ton more trophies. So he'll like boost his ranking in the leaderboards really quick if he kills people like right here or right here or right here. He'll gain like 30 or 40 trophies on defense each time that happens. So unfortunately for us, this is too good of a base. We're not gonna go and attack this. Oh, probably should have taken that 170. Okay, here's a decent one here. 258, tons of loot. Unfortunately for us, it has a monster, and I'm seriously hating monsters right now because you cannot like push them, and if you get close to them, you go really slow. So 297 metals, it shouldn't be that hard to go through. There's really no choke points anywhere. There's a minor one up at the top right here. Very minor, has really no bearing. On this style of base, we're going to bring cannons. You can see his towers are no firebolt towers whatsoever. He may have one way over here, but pretty much no towers can hurt us. He's got gargoyles, water, bomb, snake. Nothing that does actual damage. The bomb doesn't do damage because you can kick it back and it's very easy to avoid. All the other ones are really close range targets, so you can kind of avoid them, and cannons are just perfect for destroying those towers. We do need archers because he has ogres. Ogres are very weak to archers, so we're going to bring in archers. We're going to bring in cannons. And we might as well just even bring in gargoyles for the shits and giggles. I almost never use gargoyles on attack, but we're not going to need anything else here. We're going to use cannons and archers to take this base down. The gargoyles will help us at the end possibly. They're really quick. I believe they are the quickest unit in the game right now. Maybe behind the werewolf. I don't know. I haven't done a speed test recently, but they're just really quick. So we're going to bring out cannons to start off. Summon out a couple gargoyles. The gargoyle will go over there, blow that stuff up. We have to run back and recover. No, monster! Damn it. Yeah, it's a lot harder to get around those monsters now. So that feature is going to make the ogres a little bit more powerful. Summon out a couple cannons. Sit back, recover. Save our spells so we can take out the troops. Definitely have to take out the Pyromancers. If a paladin gets through like that, it's okay. Bring out one gargoyle. And the reason it's quite okay if a paladin gets through is because we have archers back there, and the archers will do damage to the paladin, even though the paladin is very resistant to them. Sadly, we're running out of time. Yeah, we were just too slow on this base. Too slow, too slow. So there you have it. We got defeated. Surprisingly, we couldn't beat that base. That was very interesting. I think the ogre hurting us a lot definitely slowed us down because we had to go back and heal. Might wanted to change up Hammerstrike for a heal spell in that situation. That probably would have been the better spell selection. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's all she wrote. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Definitely post your feedback on the Royal Revolt 2 forums about the just the general topics of the more pay-to-win aspects, the gems, gem prices, the elite boosts, all the craziness that's going on, and all the frustration that's going on. I will talk to you guys soon.